What's up, everyone, and welcome to the biggest little soccer podcast on the internet. And of course, I'm talking about Stateside Footy. I hope everyone's having themselves a fantastic Tuesday afternoon, wherever you are. And we're back for another live stream. Man, U.S. men's national team versus New Zealand. And of course, there is the anticipation of Mauricio Pochettino, who is supposed to, allegedly, has signed the contract, and chances are he's going to be introduced pregame, which would finally end this goddamn soap opera, which would be absolutely fantastic. Before we get into it, go ahead and smash the like and subscribe buttons, and we will get ourselves underway. Now, obviously, this is some get back, man. This is some get back. The United States men's national team, obviously, without, not to be an asshole about it, but they shit the bed a couple days ago in Kansas City against Canada. And of course, there was a lot of emotional reaction to that loss, and rightly so, because unfortunately, the United States men's national team looked like they were completely disinterested. And so now all of a sudden we get to this game, which probably doesn't necessarily mean anything more than what Canada was, but you're hoping to see a team that's a lot more energized. And of course, we heard Mikey Varas, we've heard Christian Pulisic, and I think most U.S. men's national team fans just want the talk to stop. I think everybody is at that point where it's kind of put up and shut up time for the national team. And I would happen to tend to agree with that. I do not want any more excuses. I do not want any more talk from the players, man. It's just time to go out there and, put together a full 90. And of course, right now on the screen, you're hearing Mauricio Pochettino. Man, this is fantastic, man. I am so glad the Poch Watch, the Mauricio Pochettino soap opera is over. He's locked in, signed, sealed, and delivered, and now this national team can move on with a new head coach. So the interesting thing about it, and I was talking to a friend of mine today, and it really kind of struck home. I actually think the soap opera really affected these players because, you go from right after the Copa America and Greg Berhalter gets fired. And I'm sure there was a lot of relief from the player pool because of the whole Gio Reyna thing. And I think a lot of trust was broken between the players and Greg Berhalter. A lot of times they were playing disinterested. And we saw those in the results pre-Copa America, that, the game against Colombia, where you give up 5 goals. And yeah, I mean, they came back, to draw 0-0 versus Brazil, whatever. But, the performances in the Copa America notwithstanding, now, of course, the game against Canada. And I really do believe that when news broke 3-4 weeks ago that Mauricio Pochettino had accepted the role, I really do believe that the players were fired up. And we know that the players were fired up. All you had to do was go to any one starter on this national team's social media page, and you would see that they were all like, let's go. Let's do this. Let's get this shit going. They were excited. And as this thing drug on, and it became abundantly clear that Mikey Varas was going to be in charge of these friendlies, I think the players checked out. I really do believe that these players checked out because it was the exact same system. It was the exact same tactics. It was the exact same, boring style of play that did not play to these guys' strengths. And also, that residue, man, that residue from Greg Berhalter that still hangs in and around this national team. I think it put the players in a position where they checked out. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have players that would actually do that. Because if you remember, throughout the lineage of the U.S. men's national team, you hear former players saying that you damn right that we did not like our coach. No one says you have to like your head coach. No one says that you have to even like your teammates, but you put that aside because it's the national team and this is a rare opportunity. And it's important. It's important to put on the crest, and you figure out a way to do it. And, it's a shame, because think of it this way. In 2022, this team had its welcome to the world stage moment at the World Cup. That second game against England, where this was the very best of what you saw from this team. And this was the same thing that, Belgium went through when they had their young core. I believe it was in 2014. When these guys were making their first appearance at the World Cup. And by 2024, 2 years later, this team should be ascending. Should be ascending sky high. In anticipation of World Cup 2026, where you would actually think this team is capable of doing something special. And instead, we're dealing with a soap opera, a head coaching soap opera. We're dealing with entitled players. And judging by the effort we saw this last Saturday against Canada, a national team that's potentially broken. And I'm hoping now that Mauricio Pochettino is signed, sealed, delivered, and it's announced. He is the head coach, but he's also technical director. It's going to be interesting to find out what his responsibilities are. I'm very curious to find out what Pochettino is going to do with the youth teams, but that's a conversation for a different day. But one of the things, the very first thing that Mauricio Pochettino has to do is set standards and actually make these players want to be members of the national team. And I always remember the story that Charlie Davies told about Bob Bradley. And Charlie Davies finally had worked his way into a starting job overseas. He gets a call from Bob Bradley congratulating him. Hey, man, congratulations on your starting job. Oh, by the way, you're not going to be a part of the next camp. And when Davies asked why, it's because you're not scoring enough goals. It's great that you're playing, but you also have to be playing well. That has to be the standard. Because when I look around this team, I see our typical starters, and I think only two are actually starting for their team. Anthony Robinson with Fulham, Christian Pulisic with AC Milan. Oh, and Chris Richards. I'm sorry. Chris Richards, for the time being, with Crystal Palace. Outside of that, we still, we have no idea what's going on with the goalkeeper situation. Matt Turner starts tonight. But of course, he has yet to play this year. He was the number 3 at Nottingham Forest, and now he's the backup at Crystal Palace. Today we're going to get Mark McKenzie, who made the move this summer, and for the time being, he's starting right now as well. He's starting right now as well too in France. But for the most part, we have a lot of guys who are coming off the bench. Flo Balogun, who started the season in Monaco as a starter, he got benched, and now he's coming off the bench right now for Monaco. Tim Weah allegedly is hurt. But when he comes back, there's a good opportunity for him to start with Juventus as well too. So a lot of things can change, but those, that has to be the standard, and it also has to be used as a way of motivation. Where, you go to a guy like Weston McKennie, even Christian Pulisic, and basically say, basically tell these guys straight up, you're not going to be a part of the next camp because I don't like the way that you're trending with your club. Figure it out, get yourself into a better position, and we'll see you next camp maybe. Get these guys pissed off. I want to see this national team, these players, uncomfortable and pissed off because they're going to be motivated coming into the national team. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to test these guys because for the last 6 years, 5 years, 6 years, they've been comfortable. You can't have this is what happens when you foster a soft environment. You get this. And that's always been the standard for the men's national team. It's always been the standard. You name a coach, that was always the standard. Bruce Arena, Bora Milutinovic, Bruce Arena, Bob Bradley, Jurgen Klinsmann. Jurgen Klinsmann left Landon Donovan home for the 2014 World Cup because, he took the sabbatical, wasn't a part of qualifying. And he left him off the World Cup roster. That took some absolute balls. That has to be the standard. Because when it comes to the World Cup in 2026, you want to make sure that your guys are ready. Their guys are hungry, and they're fully aware and they understand exactly the seriousness of playing a World Cup on their home soil. This World Cup could radically shift this game in this country. There's a lot of responsibility on these guys' shoulder, and it almost seems like they're taking the badge for granted. But tonight, there's an opportunity to get right. This is a good get right situation for the men's national team against a team in New Zealand that, quite honestly, is not good whatsoever. So as we take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the U.S. men's national team, in goal is Matt Turner. Not a fan, but it's weird how Mikey Varas is using these friendlies to either put confidence back in some of these players, or at least just give them some minutes before they send them back to the club. And Matt Turner is definitely that. At left back is Christopher Lund. He'll get another start. The center back pairings tonight is Mark McKenzie and Chris Richards. Marlon Fossey will take the right back position tonight. I'm actually kind of excited to see that. Don't really know a lot about Marlon Fossey. I got to be honest with you. Outside of a few highlights, don't really know much about him. So I'm actually very happy and quietly anticipating watching Fossey tonight. At the defensive midfield position, you're going to have Aiden Morris. I like this move. Aiden Morris was one of like 3 players against Canada that really was a bright spot for this team, and I'm glad that he was rewarded for that performance. He should start. At the center midfield position, we have Yunus Musa. Not surprising. At the attacking position, it's going to be Brendan Aronson, which is fine because that's where he should be, not a winger. And across the top, we have Ricardo Pepi, Haji Wright, and Florian Balogun, which I'm a little upset that Josh Sargent didn't get the start tonight, but because Pepe's in the starting lineup, we definitely will see Josh Sargent at some point tonight. For New Zealand, their starting a lineup in goal is going to be Crocombe. At the left back is Pijnaker. The center pack pairing will be Sermon and Kasachi. At right back will be Payne. In the midfield will be Stamenic, Bell, and Garbett. On the right side is going to be Roofer. On the left side is going to be Just. And up top for them will be Wood. Can't say I really know much about the New Zealand national team, but, they played, the only last time I saw New Zealand play was in the Olympics. And quite honestly, they didn't really look all that good. But the cool part about New Zealand is they play hard. And that's what you want to see. You want to see some opponent show heart, show fight. You're going to get that with New Zealand. But this should be a game where the U.S. men's national team completely steamrolls New Zealand. So if you want to be a part of tonight's show, all you have to do is drop in the comments. We can have some conversation tonight. That would be fun. During the U.S.-Canada, we had a very good chat going, and it was absolutely great. So definitely be a part of that. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Go ahead and share this on social media, and let's just have some fun tonight. It should be great. So I'm curious how this is going to work with Pochettino, because at his height, at his prime, and make no mistake, he's still at his prime. He's still in his coaching prime. You know, when he was with Tottenham, and of course, me being the Spurs fan that I am, he did a lot of remarkable things for that team. And you have to understand something about Spurs, especially in that period of time. This was pre Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So this was when they were still playing at the old White Hart Lane. The Spurs did not spend a lot of money. That was something that they just were not going to do. And so, you know, a lot of those additions came by way of free transfers, or if they were young, they were at a certain price point where Spurs didn't have to, you know, pay large money. But they also used academy players, obviously Harry Kane. But what he was able to do was, you know, turn the keys over to certain players to run that attack. You know, Harry Kane, when he was young, was a very gifted striker, very, very, very gifted. But the adjustments that Pochettino made turned him into a world-class striker. And on this team, it's going to be interesting to see who that benefits up top. Is that going to be Balogun? Is that going to be Flo? I don't know, because Flo is not really that type of striker. He's really not. He's the type of dude that likes to attack channels, getting forward on runs. He's that type of striker. Or if you're putting service into the box from either corner, having him make runs to the far post. That's the type of player Balogun is. He's not that type of guy who's going to sit a little deeper in the box and be, create space. That's not really the style in which, when he's at his best, that's not, you don't get results asking him to do that type of thing. The guy who already is doing that is Josh Sargent with Norwich. Josh Sargent is already playing the style of which Pochettino likes. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. And then obviously the numbers that he's putting up in Norwich. Last year in Norwich, I think he only played 26 games due to injury, and that's kind of been his bugaboo so far in his career, is the injury bug, although he's 24 years old. He's getting into his prime. Last year in 26 appearances, he had 15 goals. This year, in 4 matches, he's got 3 goals. He started the season off scoring in each of Norwich's first 3 matches. And if he can put himself in a position where he can add 10 more goals to last year's 15, and he's pushing 30 goals across all competitions, 2 things are going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is he's going to be in the Premier League next year with Norwich because they got promoted. And he was one of the reasons. Or the other thing is he's going to be in the Premier League with some other team, because those are you already had the rumors from Bournemouth already a little bit earlier. And it just lets you know that Premier League teams are already starting to look at it. But when it comes to Pochettino, I have a feeling that come 2026, I would not be surprised if Josh Sargent is our starting striker. It would not surprise me one bit. It's not that I don't like Balogun. I don't know if Balogun fits, but we're definitely going to find out. I'm also curious about Haji Wright. Haji Wright right now plays the left wing for Coventry, and he has been red hot for Coventry this year. He was he basically, that evolution manifested last season, and he's brought it into this season. He is 100%. He's 100% in form. Obviously, getting the start tonight, it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic plays, and also where does he end up after this year? Does he move up? If he has the type of season where I think he's capable of, does he move up another spot, another notch to the Premier League? He has that type of talent, and if he does, and he's getting regular time in the Premier League, how does that affect the national team? Because I actually believe that I wouldn't be surprised if Christian Pulisic is starting on the right. It would not surprise me one bit. It just wouldn't. I think, the way that Christian Pulisic is used, it just would not surprise me if they keep him to the right side. It would not surprise me one bit whatsoever. And it makes a lot of sense. And so the front three would end up being, Pulisic, Sargent, Wright, with Tim Weah coming off the bench. As that first sub coming off the bench when you need energy, or it makes a hell of a lot of sense. But it's the interesting question is going to be Gio Reyna, because one of the things that Poch likes is having his number 10 roam up top, being able to use that ability to distribute, but also being goal dangerous. This is, Pochettino was the guy that turned an unknown 19-year-old Dele Alli and turned him into a star in England. And Gio Reyna has got that talent. What Gio Reyna needs is more club time. That's what Gio needs. And if that happens, if Gio gets that, boy, oh boy, we have something special with this national team. But right now, Gio is just not getting time. What's funny is I was reading this article recently where the head coach of Dortmund was saying that he was going, Gio Reyna is going to end up taking the Marco Reus role. Obviously, Reus left for Major League Soccer. He's playing for the LA Galaxy right now. But Gio is going to step into that role. Okay, fine. You're essentially looking at the first sub off the bench. But so far, Gio has yet to see the field. And of course, he wasn't a part of this camp. Got himself a little bit of a nagging little injury, sent him back to Dortmund. That's why Cade Cowell's in camp. Okay. But, this year, 2024, 2025 is going to be a huge year for Gio Reyna. And if this happens, if this continues to trend with Gio Reyna, and he is seeing the field, once every, once a week, it's not going to cut it, man. And I would like to think that Mauricio Pochettino is not going to, you're not going to deal with that, especially if there's other guys in form. So it's going to be interesting. That's one of the Gio Reyna is going to be one of the big guys, man. But we'll find out, man. We're going to find out real soon. And I'm hoping that these guys don't take Mauricio Pochettino for granted. Because you're going to see a lot of guys a lot of guys that we thought were going to be starters, not be starters. So we'll definitely find out, man. I'm excited for this one. And I'm excited to see the direction that this team goes in. But, that has to 100%, that has, that standard has to be set without a doubt. So we're getting pretty close now. We're about 5 minutes away from kick. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And of course, remember to smash the like and subscribe button. And of course, if you want to be a part of tonight's broadcast, just go ahead and drop your comments into the comment section. Yeah, man, it's going to be great, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the energy is of this team. As we know, against Canada, they came out absolutely flat. And what really bugged me about it was the fact that they had essentially a full week to prepare. 100%, man. They had a full week to prepare for what Jesse Marsh was telling the world that he was going to do. And they just came out and essentially just shit the bed. I'm not really trying to be an asshole about it, but man, it's like, Canada was going to press the midfield. And every time the U.S. went to the midfield, they collapsed on the ball carrier. And of course, we didn't have a guy who had the ability to, turn forward and move up the field. And every single time we went in the midfield, the ball was ripped, and then Canada was off to the races on a counter. That cannot be tonight. This team also, I would like to see them, at least put a couple balls forward. I mean, if New Zealand is going to start the game with a high press, why not put a couple balls forward? Christopher Lund, Marlon Fossey, play it forward, man. Stretch the defense a little bit. Get them thinking that you're capable of playing multiple different ways. That would be nice. This weird need, to prove that you can play out of the back and break a high press. It's like, stop. That cannot be. So we're definitely going to see, man. I'm excited. But also, are they going to come out on fire? And, to be honest with you, it's what's needed. Mauricio Pochettino is now the head coach. So that's, that is automatic now. And yeah, man, it's now time to play up to potential, play up to talent, and also impress the new guy. You want to leave that good first impression, which was something they should have done against Canada, but obviously didn't necessarily work out the way we hoped it was, but maybe we will. Maybe we'll see it. Kind of a it's yeah, man, that's the thing. It's like, especially with the same cast of characters, man. I just want to, what I'm really looking for is this team giving me a reason to care. I mean, really. That performance against Canada Man, that was embarrassing. And, again, this team, when this team had its first cup of coffee at the World Cup, they had a very, very, very good welcome to the world stage moment in 2022 in Qatar. It's 100% they did. There is no doubt. They had a very good moment. And that's the thing. 2 years later, this team should be ascending to that next level as they're getting prepared for 2026. This, this group should be tight. It should not be like this. And what happens as this team is preparing itself for 2026? Are we going to see this? Are we going to see these attitudes? Because 2026 is unbelievably important for this, not just for this team, but for this country. Because I remember World Cup 94. 100% I remember it. And I remember the effect post World Cup and how this country got excited for a pro league coming back to this country, and it was off the back of it that we were able to have Major League Soccer. And this World Cup is going to this World Cup is so vastly important, and it has the potential of potentially vaulting MLS forward. But it's also an opportunity for this country to unite around this team. There's so much responsibility on the shoulders of this team. And they should be ascending. But instead, we have gotten we've gotten basically a team that is that's entitled, that's far too comfortable, and potentially taking the badge for granted. And that's not what you want to see with a young core that's about to step into their second World Cup. Like, this is supposed to be the World Cup where things come together and they go on a crazy run in the World Cup. Yeah. This was just like Belgium in 2014. How they had a young Kevin De Bruyne, a young Romelu Lukaku. And it was because that team was playing in their first World Cup that World Cup 2018 was going to be something special. And it was. They made the semifinals. Now, does this team have that type of talent? No. But this is where this group is supposed to come together and be tight and ascend to that next level and put themselves in a position where they're 100% ready for 2026. And that's not now. That's not what's going on right now. And it took getting a Mauricio Pochettino to come in and essentially straighten this team out. So, we're definitely going to find out, man. As you're seeing right now, we got the national anthem going right now. So we're, I don't know, man. How are you feeling about tonight? Just go ahead and drop your comments. Be a part of tonight's broadcast, man. It'll be fun. Let's talk some ball. Tell you what, man, my boy Makui is funny. How do you guys feel about tonight's lineups? It's kind of interesting, huh? I don't know. As we're getting ready for game time now, the flags have been exchanged. The flags are being exchanged right now. I don't know, man. There's something about this lineup tonight that I like. I'm glad that Aiden Morris is being rewarded for that performance against Canada. I think he was like one of I thought he had one of two very solid performances in that Canada game. So I'm glad that he was being rewarded. I like the idea of seeing Marlon Fossey tonight. It's the unknown. I was kind of hoping we'd see Caleb Wiley, and maybe we will. I mean, after that game, you just kind of want to see just a new back four. But instead, we're going to get Christopher Lunn and Chris Richards again. I guess that's okay. Yunus Musa. I don't know, man. But we'll find out, man. It looks like they're running two strikers tonight, but it's going to be interesting. What's going to end up happening is you're going to see, You're going to see Pepe coming from that right side a little bit as they're running. They're running a two striker, two wing formation, but it's going to end up playing as a 4-2-3-1. So it's going to be fun, man. Here we go. As we're getting ready for kickoff here. I don't know how I feel about those U.S. men's national team kits, man. I don't necessarily think I'm a fan of those. I don't know. I prefer the whites. That's just me. The white kits. These I don't know, man. These kind of remind me of those bomb pops. You know what I'm talking about? All right, we're off. New Zealand obviously gets the first position. So let's just see what the United States does tonight. Oh, look at that. A little bit of press, huh? Wow. All right. Well, there's a turnover. So here we go. United States. Oh, there you go. New Zealand clears it. Well, okay. That was kind of nice to see, man. The United States is actually playing with a pulse tonight. There you go, turnover. Yeah, there's a turnover again. All right. Nope. Yeah. All right. So this is a battle. This is the turnover battle. No one side can keep possession for longer than 10 seconds. There you go. Oh boy, turnover right in front of the box. Ooh, dangerous. And this was the problem on Saturday. Careless possession, turnovers in dangerous spots. And yeah. Good Lord, the US just got lucky. So lucky there. God, Matt Turner is not good with the ball at his feet. Well, let's see what the U.S. can do here. Yeah. Turnover. Oh boy. That was a little too that was too heavy of a weighted pass right there. Heavy touch. But New Zealand's got the ball. Yeah, this. Well, they're coming out with a little bit more heart tonight, which I guess is nice. But right now, possession is a problem for the U.S. But the good news is that they're pressing. They're pressing high up the pitch. They're trying to force New Zealand into some costly turnovers. There we go. There we go. Just calm it down a little bit. Oh, I like that. Playing it forward to Ballo. Oh, that's actually right. I apologize. But that's the right idea, man. You want to get these guys on. You guys want to get these guys on runs. You might as well use your strength. I like that. Ooh, that's a turnover. That dude got shoved right in the back. Here's Aronson. Nice pass. So here's Lund moving forward. Interesting. Aiden Morris. Aiden Morris. I hate that name. Aiden. It's such a dumb name. Ooh, there you go. Ooh, just too heavy of a touch, but that was a nice look there by the U.S. Haji, my man from Coventry. For those that are tuning in right now, go ahead and smash the like and subscribe button. And if you want to be a part of tonight's broadcast, just go ahead and drop into the comment section. We'll talk a little ball as this game progresses. We are 3 minutes and 49 seconds in to the first half. And so far, it's kind of been, a mixed bag. The U.S. just had that nice little touch up the pitch there. Tried to play in Haji right, but so far it's been, a mixed bag so far. There you go. Nice little switch to Lund. There's the pressure, though. Yeah. Yeah, those are, I don't know, man. Those passes are so dangerous sometimes. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, there you go. Nice ball over. Nope. Good defense right there. Clearing it out, but U.S. still remains possession here. Back to Morris. Playing it back. Yeah, that's not surprising. See what the U.S. is going to do, man. The one thing is you want to do is, you want to play it into free space. And so far, the United States just can't get the ball up the field in order to attack those soft zones. Here's Ballo. See what he does. Ooh. You're going to have to play it back. Yep. The good news is there's they're keeping possession right now. That's a foul. That'll be a US touch right there. Yeah. They're keeping possession, and as I say that, looks like New Zealand is okay. It's going to be a foul on the U.S. So New Zealand possession. Nice little bit right there by the U.S. keeping possession, but eventually you're going to have to move the ball up the pitch and attack soft areas, open spaces, try to put balls in the box. So far, not so much. But I do like what the U.S. is doing on defense. They are really pressuring the ball. Yep. Not giving New Zealand much time. There you go. They're playing it forward though. That's a turnover. That's good. That's what you want to see. It's a little foul there on New Zealand. So far, we're 6 minutes and 50 seconds into the first half, and so far, this is kind of what you want to see from the United States. This is a nice way to respond from that match versus Canada. This is exactly what you wanted to see. So far, the United States has had a few nice touches up the pitch. So far, that's another turnover. AO Seattle Makui, you are 25 seconds ahead of the TNT feed. That's weird. Is it? I mean, I did tell you, man. I did tell you where you could find it. Makui's a beauty. He really is, man. Good guy. Thanks for joining the live stream tonight, Bakui. There we go. Nice little turnover in the midfield. Let's see what the U.S. can do. And Jesus, unbelievable. And now all of a sudden, New Zealand counterattack. Oh, that's too heavy of a touch right there. Ooh, man. Again, costly turnovers. United States had a great little turnover there in the midfield, played it forward, and then immediately turned the ball right over. There you go. Let's see what New Zealand can do on their attack. New Zealand doesn't really have that many attacking options. As you see right there, they had 3 jerseys kind of compress on the ball right there, and then of course New Zealand continues to possess the ball. There's Matt Turner. There's Matt Turner. You suck, Matt. I'm just playing. You're a nice guy. Let's see what the U.S. can do now with the ball. Well, the reason why it looks good for the U.S. to build out of the back is because New Zealand is literally not pressing the ball. They're giving the U.S. an opportunity to build up from out of the back. There it is. That's where New Zealand is doing their work right there in the midfield. Ooh, here we go. Oh, good defense. Good defense again. A couple blocks. That was nice. That was nice because New Zealand had a good opportunity right there. I was gonna say even with this possession, you can't let New Zealand score first. It's funny. What? Do something. It's Christopher Lund. Oh, there. You see that? See, now that's the awareness that's sorely lacking. It's like, I understand what you're trying to do, but you also have the awareness to try to move the ball on instead of trying to take on 2 guys. But there's Fossey. What's up, Fossey? Yeah, this is one of so far this attack is not really all that great. Possession, okay, fine. We're doing a good job, but you can see he's trying to find an open guy. He doesn't have it. Nobody's up the pitch. Here's the switch to Lund. Would have been interesting if Pulisic started tonight. I knew that was not going to happen, but would have been nice. Good set of passing so far. Let's see what they can do. Finally, that's what you should do, man. Stretch the defense a little bit. Play balls forward. That was a little too forward, but I like that. Give the defense something else to look at. See what the U.S. can do here. I like it. I like it. I like it. Press. That's very good. Turn the ball over in the midfield. It's nice. Play the ball forward. Good Lord, man. Just, this team is just gridlocked right in the middle of the field. There you go. See, there you go. And good D right there. But, that's what you want to see, man. You want to see that final pass into the attacking third. That nice little link up. And that's exactly what we got right there. That's a good play. Oh, he was offside. 12 minutes in, huh? That's going to get out. U.S. throw in. Aiden Morris is, Aiden Morris so far has continued. His touches are nice. I think Aiden Morris's stock has gone up with this window. There's Haji. No. There's going to be a foul right there. New Zealand ball, but you got to at least feel good about this, because every single time New Zealand touches the ball, there's an immediate press, and it generally ends up back in the U.S. possession. Just like, there you go, right there. Oh, well, that's going to be a foul. Oh man. The scary thing about New Zealand is they do have the wherewithal to pop on the counter. That's the one thing you always got to be aware of. I mean, in totality, they're not the greatest national team, but they, because the United States is prone to mistakes, there's a good chance where they can turn around and counter and pop one in. You got to be, that's the thing, is you got to be tactically responsible. Come on now. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the thing, is they had a potential runner right there on the right side. There you go. There's Lund. And he's going to come back. They'll try to cycle it around to try to find something else. There you go. Bad pass. There's Musa. Nice hustle to the ball, Eunice. Nice hustle. There's Fossey. They just can't find the final third. Do I have to remind you this is New Zealand? Have they forgotten that this is New Zealand? There you go. And it touches too hard. This has to be. I mean, this is this is really frustrating to watch. Although Marlon Fossey has not necessarily played all that bad. I kind of like the hairdo too. Yeah, that's good. There you go. How about that? It was kind of nice. Again, man, Aiden Morris, impressive. Back to Matt Turner. Ugh. Yep. Look at that tenacity. New Zealand taking their chances. Yeah. We're 16 minutes into the first half, and the United States is struggling to find the link to the final third. Meanwhile, New Zealand is just kind of hanging in there. And they're the ones that are, at least you can say that, United States has been in the right places at the right time when it comes to, comes to clogging their passing lanes. But, 50-50 balls, man. Seems like New Zealand has been hold up. Nah, it's a bad pass. Good Lord, man. What is this? Yeah. I would like to think this might be a little different if Christian Pulisic was on the field. They just don't seem to have that answer. That's a nice little ball forward right there. There's Pepe. That's the thing. There you go. Take it forward. Don't be afraid. Ooh, nope. New Zealand. Good defense by New Zealand. That was kind of a bad entry pass, though. And it's going to be New Zealand ball. The United States, it's just having that confidence to go 1v1. You know what I mean? Creating that space. You know, they just don't have that guy on the field. That was nice by USMNT, though. I do got to admit that. Good Lord, man. It's New Zealand. Let's try to play it forward. They still retain ball. Ooh. It's unreal, man. Unreal. That's the thing, man. I'm kind of tired of tipping my cap to the opponent, man. You know, you gave praise to Canada on Saturday, and good Lord, man, I'm just tired of doing that. There you go. There you go. Little flick on. Oh, here we go. It's Pepe. Woo! Ricardo Pepe. That was that buildup was a little ugly, but that being said, the ball popped down to Pepe, and he did what he was supposed to do right there. I mean, watch this. That was a nice little flick. That was a nice little flick right there. Played it forward. Yeah, there's Pepe. Nice finish right there. Good goal. It was right here on that exchange right there that was unbelievably ugly, but Pepe did what he's supposed to do, man. U.S. gets on the board. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. Nice finish. Bad, by the way, that was bad goalkeeping, by the way. But Ricardo Pepe, and that's what you want to see, man. Way to take advantage, way to get the early lead. That's exactly what you were looking for. Now all of a sudden, now you can set the tone. Oh, what's the brouhaha? All right. All right. There you go. There you go. Good D. Good D. Now here comes the counter. Let's see what New Zealand can do. They, ever since that first early, look on the turnover, New Zealand really has not spent a lot of time in the U.S. side of the field. And I don't know what that was. Oh, seeing that maybe he was offside. Is that what's going on? There you go. That's a good way to take away angles. There we go. Very good. Oh, they took the goal off, huh? They took the goal off. Yeah. I was gonna say that really did look a little offsides. Yeah. Yep, no goal on the other TNT feed. Yep. Yeah. It did look a little offside, didn't it, McCooey? Yeah, totally. Well, that's kind of a kick in the balls right there. That being said, though, that was a nice little flick, though. Give credit. There you go. That's a nice way. That's a nice way of getting the ball back. Nice. Look at Aiden Morse again. He's been very impressive, man. And I'm glad he was rewarded with the start tonight. He definitely earned it after Saturday. Here's Brendan. But see how the U.S. responds. Back to Lund. Yeah, you can already tell that Christopher Lund may most likely that's a nice little combo right there. That's a little that was a bad play in right there. But you can tell that Christopher Lund most likely won't have a future with the national team. He's not, he doesn't give you what Anthony Robinson does, which is, he's not an attack minded back. Morris could have played for Canada, but he didn't. Good to see you tonight, TSO Canuck. I do believe your Canadian homies are playing tonight too, aren't they? Against Mexico. That's actually a tasty matchup too, man. Cincy crowd is loud, not too shabby. Well, yeah, I mean, that's good. I'm glad because, this team is actually playing a lot better. They're essentially dominating the possession this half. They have been far more goal dangerous than New Zealand. Yep, good game coming up. Yeah, man. Canada, Mexico. What's funny is my buddy McCooey was suggesting that I do a live stream for Canada, Mexico. Not a chance. Not a chance. Although, no, not a chance. Here we go. Keeping possession in traffic. Very good. Very good. Here's Lund. There you go. Plays it out to Haji. Oh, come on, Haj. Come on, Haj. I understand. I understand why you took the shot. You're either looking for that pass in, or you're just going to rip the shot. That was ugly. All right, well, here we go. Of course, playing the ball forward here. There we go. Yeah. The United States has done good collapsing in the midfield. They really have. Got to give credit where credit's due. This looks like a completely different team. Then again, it's New Zealand. I think we all have to acknowledge and understand that this is New Zealand. That's the thing about New Zealand is they can make Matt Turner look good. Yeah, he hasn't had to face too many shots. There you go. That. Ooh. Really? That's okay. Okay. Who do you like in that game? By the way, TSO, you like your Canadian homies, or you think Mexico is going to give them a good game? What do you think? Yeah. The funny thing is there was a broadcast with I think Stuart Holden, Alexi Lawless, and some other person. Where I think Stu Holden asked if Canada was the Kings of CONCACAF right now, and he kind of co-signed that. Ooh, there you go. Ooh, just a little over the bar. I kind of like that shot. Easy Canada. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm kind of a fan of Bombito. That center back is nice. Good shot right there by Haji. Yeah. That's exactly what you want to see from Haji. Just right up from the top of the box. Getting it nice and over. Getting it nice. Put as many shots on the keeper as you possibly can. Look at that though. US is trying, man. I like the attitude. It was good attitude. They're playing with a lot of poise tonight. It's ugly, but there you go. There's a turnover right there. And that's, you got to respect it, right? They are defensively responsible tonight. That's kind of what I like to see. Their passing hasn't been great, but then again, they're keeping possession. There's Musa looking over to Lund. There he goes right there. There you go. Playing it forward. There you go. Oh. Come on, Fossey. There you go. Well, that was a bad ball into the box, but that's kind of what you want to see. Ooh, nice. Oh, nice. There's Aronson. Nope. I like that Aronson is kind of playing a little bit more of a central role tonight, but there you go. Headed on. But, Brendan Aronson is a lot dangerous when he's playing farther up, kind of in that false nine role. That's currently his role with Leeds, and he started the season absolutely on fire with Leeds. Ooh, is it? No, not yet. It looked like it was going to be another turnover. Yeah, New Zealand is absolutely struggling right now. Yeah, they're looking for a way in. There you go. Yeah, there it is. There's the ball. Yeah. Ball in. Ooh. Get Haji. That was ruthless. Good positioning. Ooh, and yeah, okay, yeah. We have a man down. That was good positioning by Haji. That was kind of ruthless. Yeah, look at this. Close him out. Box him. That boy hit the turf. Yeah, it looks like he's all right though. Looks like he's all right. Come on, man. You're a Kiwi. You're strong. You're tough. Rub a little dirt on it and get back out there. Yeah, that's my solution to everything. Rub a little dirt on it and get back out there. I don't know. There we go. There you are, Aiden. Especially when this U.S. men's national team is at full strength and they got Anthony Robinson and Serginho Dest, it gives the offense that extra dynamic of attacking off the wings. Very strong 1v1, and it's just something that Christopher Lund just does not have. I mean, they're giving him his touches, but you're not seeing a lot of movement into the box. A lot of plays, crosses in. He just doesn't have that dynamic. So they're looking for it. They're looking for that final pass into third. There you go. That was a nice touch right there. Oh, nice move. Nice move. Nice move right there. There you go, Brendan. That was a slick little move right there. 1v2. Boop. That was a nice defensive play, too. First corner for the U.S. tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Taco Bell. Service in. There's Fossey. And well, at least U.S. retained possession. That was a waste of a corner. There you go. There you go. Be aggressive. U.S. throw in. Yunus Musa. Yeah, I like that idea. Continuous service into the box. The U.S., for those that are just tuning in, the U.S. actually scored a goal but had it taken off due to offsides. And now the U.S. is searching for that first goal. For those that are tuning in, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. And also, if you want to be a part of tonight's broadcast, all you have to do is drop your comments in the comment section. And we can have some fun tonight talking ball. Looks like there's a foul on the field right there. Good little challenge, though. Also, and I do believe that it was announced prior to the game that Maurizio Pochettino is officially the newest head coach of the Stars and Stripes. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very, very, very excited. We, word leaked a little bit earlier today that that Maurizio had signed it. Signed, sealed, delivered. They made the announcement, and I'm glad that got done. This team desperately needs Maurizio Pochettino. Nothing like the second time. I know, man. It feels like the first time, though. There you go. Nice little. Oh, there you go. There you go. Tried a little back heel right there by Ballo, but ooh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, try to play it through the legs right there. Nice little nifty. I tried a nice little nifty play through the legs. Here we go, though. Back to the buildup. Yeah, back to Musa. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. Play it up. There you go. Nice pass. Ooh! Oh, dangerous. Dangerous right there. Yeah. Nice pass there by Musa. Nice little flick on. But you know what the crazy thing is? Ballo was right there at the far post. You know what I mean? Like he was making that run to the far post, and then he pulls up short. Yeah, that should have been a goal. It should have been a goal. Oh well. The danger is new. Yep. I mean, that was a nice setup there, man. That was, it essentially starts with that nice ball from Yunus Musa, catching Fossey down the right side. Good playing. That's what the U.S. has been missing pretty much the entire first half, is that final pass into the attacking third. There's Brendan. Come on, Brendan. Ooh, there you go, bud. There you go. Oh, that's probably gonna be yellow right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be yellow. That's good hustle right there, man. That's very good hustle. Yeah. That's gotta be yellow. Yeah. 100%. Then here we go, though. A U.S. free kick, man. Let's see if we can do something with this. See if we can catch somebody. This is not exactly the best set piece, best set piece team in the world. Not exactly great on corners. Don't really have a lot of aerial attackers. Yeah, again. Welcome to the show, Blake. Let's go U.S. Indeed. How are you liking the match so far, Blake? All right. So yeah, I mean, you gotta be happy with this, right? Just from a possession standpoint, the U.S. has essentially dominated the possession for the entire first half. You know, they've had a few nice looks in the box, had the goal taken off. Oh boy, turnover. Oh boy. There you go. Good D. Good D. That kind of looked dangerous. There we go. There's New Zealand. Okay. Credit though, they're trying to do it. There you go. But the Canadian press, the New Zealand press isn't exactly the Canadian press. So there's a turnover there. Here comes the counter. Let's see if New Zealand can get guys forward. There you go. There's a play into the box. Ooh. Oh, nice. Ooh, Matt Turner. Matt Turner. Wow. That was terrible. Just left my kid's high school game, 2-0 loss. Hopefully the boys in blue give us a better result in the car. Family said, "What are you listening to?" Ha, ha, ha. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you tuning in the car. Yeah. That's funny, though. Thanks for having me along with the ride, Blake. All right. Now, there you go. Turnover again. Well, there we go. There you go. And there's Pepe. That was nice. Oh, Jesus, Pepe. That had the looks of something promising right there. Catching Pepe on the run right there. Oh, come on, Matt Turner. That looked ugly. That's the that's the problem. It's that it's that inconsistently trying to get that final pass into the attacking third. I feel like I've been repeating myself all night with that, saying that, but it's unfortunately it's true. There we go. Here's Haji. There's Musa Morris. Christopher Lund. Can you guys put somebody on a? No, that's a little too aggressive. But there's Fossey though. It's like, dude, I mean, you gotta put service in the box. You gotta get these guys moving vertically, get them on a run. I mean, it's not like New Zealand's back four is ripping it up. That's the reality. That was a terrible touch. Good Lord. What's up, Mikey? Oh, yeah, that's going to be huge, man. North London Derby. Can't wait. Let's go Spurs. All right. Well, again, U.S. has done a really good job getting the ball back. They've done a very good job defensively. And that's a foul right there. On one hand, you got to give credit where credit's due. They played well defensively. They've done, their positioning has been good, taking away that passing lane, pressing in the areas where they've needed to press, especially in the midfield. And they've done well to control the tempo, and also they've done well to control the possession. But in the on the attacking side of things, it's very inconsistent. There's Aiden. I hate that name. It's like Evan. It's just a terrible name. Here's Eunice. They got to do something, man. Yeah, not a lot of challenge moving up the pitch. There you go. There you go. There you go. Play it back to him. There you go. Ooh, that was kind of juicy. Nope. Oh boy, you got. Oh, there it is. There's New Zealand playing it forward. Just too heavy of a touch. That's the and that's the reality. New Zealand just doesn't have quality in their attack. They just don't have it. They don't have the ability to go 1v1 really. Like in order for them to score goals, it's a collective. And for and as much as Richards has been struggling, he's still good enough to shut down New Zealand. Yeah. Tip your cap to McKenzie as well too. He's played pretty well. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's a foul. Well, New Zealand's done a pretty good job defensively. They've done all right. They are what they are, and so they're a team that again that it has to use the collective to get any type of result. The U.S. probably should be up to at least 2 by now. That's the reality. Like the talent, there's a huge talent discrepancy between these two, and the U.S. should be up 2-0 right now. Yeah, that's the bad part about this team. They are not good with set pieces. Not that they don't have the skill or have the ability or have the serviceability. They just don't have any aerial attackers. You try to play it forward and try to get ahead on it. There you go. Yeah, that's what you want to see. Ooh, he rips one. Ooh, nice save. Nice save. Oh, it looks like Ballow's looking for a penalty. No. But that was actually a good shot right there by Yunus Musa. Yeah. He had a nice little look right there. Good shot right there by Yunus. Yeah. Balogun, Jesus. Yeah. Balogun is just not in form. That's those are the type of plays right there where it's designed where your striker should be able to play that rebound. He was tied up a little bit right there, but no. Oh, here we go. Here comes Haji. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this attack just looks all out of sorts right now. Good run though by Haji. Here's the play wide by Lund. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. This attack is just not good. They're just trying to figure it out. They're just throwing darts at a dartboard right now, just hoping something sticks. Nope. It's just not working. I would expect that Mikey Varas is going to make changes at the half. That's what I'm expecting. You've seen Balogun. We've seen enough of Ballo over these 2 games to understand that he's just not in form right now. Let's see what New Zealand's got. That's a nice one. Okay. And there it is. There's the half. Well, there's the first half. And of course, we're still at a 0-0 draw here at the half. Well, I will say that there's a lot of positives in this one. I think that there's a huge difference between how the U.S. got off against Canada, started off against Canada versus New Zealand. The tempo was there. Yeah, man, you saw a team that was that essentially looked organized. I think they did a really good job. They were able to control the possession for a majority of that first half. They did well, man. They really did well. The one thing that the United States essentially is missing is that one key pass that just unlocks the entire attacking third. They just don't have it. Maybe it's a formation. Maybe it was a formation choice not to roll with a 10. I guess you could call it in a quintessential 10 position. But for whatever reason, man, service is just not there. Not a whole lot of work for Matt Turner so far. Dude, he's had no work outside of the one save that he had, that one opportunity. Matt Turner has not had a whole lot of work to do. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to give a halftime rating for a guy like Matt Turner, because he really hasn't had any work to do. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, McCooey, but I don't know, man. He's just not impressive with the ball at his feet. It's just not. I don't know, man. He's just not technically gifted with the ball at his feet. But so far so good. But that being said, New Zealand, just doesn't have the quality to really challenge the U.S.'s back line to pepper Matt Turner with a whole lot of shots. They just haven't had it. I think for the second half, I'd like to see some changes. I'd like to see Josh Sargent used in the second half. I think it's time for Josh to see the field. I guess keeping Pepe on the field. I guess. I would also keep Brendan in there. That's the thing. It's like I would like to see Pepe, Sargent right. Brendan underneath. Keep Musa. Try to keep working. Try to keep working your way in. The thing about Josh is, he's pretty solid, man, in the hold-up play. I'm telling you, man, he's just an underrated killer. I like Josh. So I want to, before we get to the second half, I want to thank everybody who's tuning in. It's been fun so far. Make sure you like and subscribe. And also, if you want to be a part of the conversation, we have the comment section open tonight. We got TSO Canuck hanging out. We got Blake who's hanging out. We got McCooey who's hanging out. We're just having some fun, having a good time. Ooh, who's she? Carlotta. Interesting. So, there's a lot there. There's a lot that Mikey Varas can do as far as changes. If I'm rating it so far, Marlon Fossey has actually been pretty good. All things considered, he's getting forward. He's got a nice little touch, man. For first impressions, I would say that Marlon Fossey had a pretty good first impression. I thought Chris Richards so far has been pretty good. he had that little 1v1 midway through when New Zealand was on the counter, and he looked like he looked pretty confident. So that this was nice. It's nice to see that. It's nice to see the little victories for a guy like Chris Richards. He's been pretty good. I thought McKenzie's been pretty good. I'm not sold on Christopher Lund. And maybe it's an issue of youth. Maybe it's maybe he's just not ready for the national team yet. It was nice to see him, but I would like to see Caleb Wiley. I think that would be something that I'm ready to see right now. It's just when you're looking for those combo plays up the flank, either inverted or on overlaps. Lund is not a guy who's so far really been getting forward and actually providing service into the box. It is what it is. I thought Aiden Morris had a phenomenal first half. I thought he was pretty good. He made a couple nice plays, getting the ball back. I thought he did a very good job of positioning himself and taking away passing lanes. Aiden Morris has been actually very impressive for the U.S. Yunus Musa has been very impressive today. I liked his ability to turn and run upfield, make plays on the Ricardo Pepi goal that was disallowed. It started with Yunus Musa. Yunus Musa, did it again, put a shot on goal. That was a very good shot that he put on goal. It was a good save too. But Yunus Musa has had himself a very good game today. It's been pretty good. Brendan Aronson, I thought he did himself justice today. He had a nice couple hustle plays there, he kind of redeemed himself a little bit from the Canada match. This group as a whole looked better than Saturday. Not sure it's all New Zealand opponent. Yeah, it's 100% because they're playing New Zealand. 100%. But but that's the thing though. You can only play you can only play against those that are standing in front of you, and so this is an opportunity where, especially for those guys that didn't necessarily have the greatest games against Canada, it's a nice little opportunity, a quick rebound to get some get back. And, I think they've done a pretty good job. Haji Wright, I don't know. I kind of have mixed emotions. Like it's the weirdest thing, because when I see Haji Wright for club, Haji Wright's very good. For when he's playing off the left for Coventry, he's very good. And then with the national team, sometimes he can be a little frustrating. I thought there at the end of the thanks for tuning in, Blake. That's the thing, is I thought there at the end of the first half, he had that nice little run, got deep, worked himself deep into the box, and obviously didn't have that great of a touch, but it's kind of interesting. I think Ballo is struggling. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that being said, it's not surprising, because he's been out of form for a while. Doesn't necessarily have the greatest club situation. Obviously, the £30 million move from Arsenal to Monaco just hasn't worked out. Last year didn't have a great year. That lack of form carried into this season. It is what it is, man. He's just not playing. He's not playing great. And so far tonight, he's kind of been disappearing. And then, Ricardo Pepi had that one nice moment. But then again, he's also not a winner. So it is what it is. With the few exceptions, when Captain America isn't on the pitch the last couple of years, oddly, we are more dangerous in the opportunity count. Yeah, I would agree. It's kind of interesting, right? That sometimes this team looks a little bit better when Christian isn't on the pitch. Yeah, a little bit. Little bit. So, I was wondering if Christian was going to play today. And I really was. I guess he's got a match in a couple days with AC. So this was the day that they were going to rest him. But I was wondering if they were going to play him for at least a half. See right there, that replay right there where you see Balogun cutting to the far post. Like that's rebound. That's putting yourself in a position to get your foot on that, tap it in for a goal. This one right here, Yunus Musa, great shot. That's the weird thing. I still think that, Christian is probably our best player. I mean, undoubtedly, hands down, he's our best player. But, it is kind of interesting. But that being said, though, what I want to see for the second half is the same intensity. They came out with the right attitude. Came out with the fire that was lacking against Canada. I liked the way that they pressed. I liked the way that they collapsed in the midfield. That was something we didn't see. That was what Canada was doing to us on Saturday. And we've seen it in a few instances in this game. Kudos to Aiden Morris. He's played well. So I want to see that, but I want to see the passing cleaned up a little bit. There was a lot of times there in that first half where it just didn't look good. It looked a little disjointed. But more oftentimes than not, man, be a little bit more advantageous when it comes to service into the box. Get some of these guys running. Take a little bit more chances. That's something that we didn't see in the first half. We saw a lot of cycling of the ball. All right, like they're going to try to work down the left. Okay, nothing's there, and then they come back and they cycle it to the right. There's nothing there, and then they try to play it to the middle. Nope, nothing's there. And it's like you got to be a little bit more advantageous with the ball. You got to take a little bit more chances. And yeah, I mean, if you play a ball in and it goes out, okay, yeah, that sucks. But your defense is good enough where you can press and get the ball back immediately. Like that's the one thing they have going. So it's like you can take more chances. And yeah, you might, your possession numbers might go down a little bit, whatever though, right? Be constantly on the front foot. 100%. But that also starts with, halftime changes. And it's about time that Josh Sargent gets on the field. Like, I think I've been beating that drum now for forever. Josh Sargent's my favorite player. And it's all because of the curly-haired perm. Yeah, 100%. Ginger curly-haired assassin. 100%. That dude's a baller. Yeah. I just don't like the idea of bringing guys in and not using them. Makes absolutely no sense. TNT has Poch addressing fans. Oh, yeah, they're doing that's good, man. That's exactly what should happen, man. I'm glad. This is man. Poch should be doing the tour, man. They're shaking hands and kissing babies, man. This is the this is running for president almost like. Taking selfies, man. You remember when Greg Berhalter did that in Minnesota? Like he's on the sideline taking selfies with fans. Yeah. Or he would randomly show up to a supporters bar. Yeah. Hopefully Poch isn't doing that, but in the case of tonight, yeah, definitely endear yourself a little bit. So McCooey, tell me, are you excited for Pochettino? Tell me what you think about Poch. What was your first initial reaction when word leaked that Pochettino had accepted? Because I got to tell you, man, I was shocked because, forever I just assumed that the United States men's national team just didn't get coaches like that. I remember having a conversation like in 2011, 2012 with my brother. And we were just joking around, but I was like, man, that would be awesome if, Jose Mourinho was manager of the U.S. men's national team. And of course it was like, there's no way in hell, because the United States men's national team job isn't that attractive. And a lot of top end coaches won't take this job because, there's a good chance that it doesn't work out. And then all of a sudden your club career is over. So I was shocked. And you were excited. Fantastic. Looks like Luca Della Torre is coming in now. So there's Luca, Mr. I have not yet played this season. What's funny is like he had the offside goal against Canada. And, outside of that, he was kind of invisible in that first game. But Mikey Varas, he's all about Luca. All right, so the U.S. is playing at forward. There's Pepe. Yeah, that was kind of bad. So, Luca comes in. There's Pepe. There's Ballo. There's Brendan. Yeah, okay. So that's the only halftime change. All right. There you go. So it's going to be a U.S. throw-in. Yeah, like, when I was actually a little bit surprised, just considering that, we get a Premier League level manager. Like, that doesn't necessarily happen with the U.S. team. And that's, that was the shock of it. I was like, whoa, because Poach, was rumored to either go to Newcastle or Man United. And there was still kind of that worry that he'd still end up with Manchester United. I'm glad he didn't go, because that's a terrible situation for any manager to walk into. But he's here. Yeah, man. It's exciting, man. I'm looking forward to the Poch era. The only question is, what happens with the youth teams? Does that get put on hold? And if it gets put on hold, that's also a dangerous proposition. Because if the pretense is he's hired as to be a gun to maximize the 2026 World Cup, like, who coaches the youth teams? Like, how is that going to work out? Here's De La Torre, plays one forward. Just a little. Ooh, here we go. Nice play. Oh, that's out. That's going to be a corner. Serial winner. Yeah, I know. He's, Matt Crocker said he wanted a serial winner, but he did win a Ligue 1 title with PSG. So here we go. Play it into the box. Ooh, nice. That was a nice play at the back post right there, man. That was nice. I'll tell you what, though, for a fact, he got Tottenham, my Spurs, he got Tottenham to a Champions League final. It's unbelievable. Come on, Bally, you got to. Good Lord, man. Ballo, that was a good, I like that ball into the box, man. Ballo gets his head on it and he can't put it away. But, that's the thing. It's like, I understand Matt Crocker said he wanted a serial winner, but that being said, man, it's Pochettino, man. It's Pochettino. I think what he did at the end of the season with Chelsea, was miracle work, man. Chelsea's all over the map, man. And Maresca probably is going to get sacked at some point in the season. And what Poch was able to do, man, especially in the last 15, the way that he closed out that season, which last season with Chelsea, I think he ended up like in the last 15. He had like 8? He didn't have a loss in his last 15. So I think it was 8 wins. 5 draws, something like that. All right, so U.S. right here is playing it forward. Okay, there you go. That was a nice little touch right there. Let's see what the U.S. can do here. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Come on, Brendan. Come on, buddy. That'll be what, a U.S. throw-in? Yeah. His brother should have been here. Paxton should have been here in this camp, but for whatever reason, we needed to carry 4 goalkeepers. There you go. It's going to get out. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick. That was it. Seriously, the United States has, the United States has not looked dangerous on any, on any set pieces tonight. I know that was a throw-in, but good Lord, man. They're just not good. Yeah. Ballo, don't get me started, man. Like, everybody expects Ballo is going to be the starter come 2026. I don't know, man. I don't know. There he is right here. Let's see what Ballo's going to do. Yeah, of course he is. Luca De La Torre. Let's see if we can get some creativity here. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. Fosse's been kind of nice. Oh, Matt, you got so lucky, bud. Matt Turner, man. Oh, we got yellow. We got yellow. Yeah. That was ugly. That was ugly by Matt Turner. That was looking like it was going to get turned over. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, get up, dude. I understand what you're trying to do. This is what drives me mad about football. It's God, flopping just drives me insane as a competitor. As a competitor, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know how you can play that way. Acting like you got shot, acting like you're a gunshot victim. Flopping is just, I don't know, man. And chances are is going to be just fine. Watch. I don't know, man. They go up. It didn't look like heads collided. It just looked like they just went up and had a good challenge right there. He'll be fine. It kind of, yeah, but like overall, that's what drives me nuts about football, man. Is the flopping, man. Either to draw cards or just to stall. I'd like to see that yellowed. Consistently, I'd love to see that get yellowed. Whether it's at an international level or the club level, I'm just tired of watching dudes flop around. There's got to be some sort of deterrent. Yep, see, he's up. He's fine. Yep, he's just fine. So he's like what, going to be on the he's going to be on the sideline for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds before coming back in. Let's see what New Zealand can do. Yep, playing it forward. Yeah, turn the ball over. That's the thing with New Zealand, right? They just don't have that type of quality where they can even play through the midfield. So they're trying to get numbers forward, and of course, ball's automatically turned over. And the U.S. has done a good job in the midfield. They just can't find that final pass. Like the U.S. should be up 2-0 at least. They just can't find it, man. They can't find that secret sauce. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right. All right. 1v1. Nope. Try to play around. Yeah, no. It's going to be a throw. Nope. It was doomed. It was doomed to fail. See if the U.S. is going to take some chances. Oh, there's Christian. He's getting ready. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Yeah, Captain America's getting ready. Oh, there you go. Couldn't get his head on it though. Nice idea. Yeah. Ricardo Pepi. It's odd that he essentially was playing the right wing tonight. I understand. But still no Josh Sargent, man. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, see? Yeah, good press, man. And now they're going to play it forward. Here we go. Into the box now. Here comes New Zealand on the counter. Let's see how they do it. Oh, nice play. Oh, nice through. Ooh, good save. Oh, luck. Good defense. Good defense by the U.S. to clear it out there. But that was a great through ball by New Zealand. That was a good save, man. I'll give him credit. I'll give Matt Turner credit right here. Watch this. Beautiful through ball right past Christopher Lund. That was a great save right there. And then they're trying to corral the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Pulisic will make it happen. Well, yeah, I hope so. He was not slated to play today, but because we're in the 56th minute, and the United States has yet to make anything happen. Yeah, they're going to have to bring him off the bench. Yeah. So Haji Wright comes out. Yeah. It's I don't know, man. All righty. Let's see what Pulisic can do. Let's see what Captain America can do. It's going to be interesting now that dynamics change, right? So you're going to see a lot of traffic down the left side for obvious reasons. But that's the thing, though. It's everything equal. You want to be dangerous on both sides. You want to be able to be advantageous on both the right and left. And but no Tim Weah. Let's see what we can do. All right, so New Zealand. Okay, let's see what they can do. All right, good D. There's Pepi. Try to play it forward. There's Aronson. Yep. He already knew how that was going to play. Here's Pulisic. Nice. There you go, Christian. Don't be a hero. Nice. Yeah, there's Fossey. Brendan. Nice. There's Luca. Back to Fossey. Yeah, Fossey's been pretty nice, man. I keep saying it, man. Fossey's been nice. Out to Christian. Let's see. Come on, Chris. Let's see what you can do. Let's go, Pooley. Nice. Yeah, he usually likes to take that little one-time shot right there. I thought he was going to put one up right there. Oh, that's good D. There you go. Yeah. Yep. Luca got burned. Grabbing a little jersey. He gets the yellow. Yeah, you got burned. So we've seen in the last 10 minutes, we've seen Christopher Lund get burned. Now we just seen Luca Della Torre get burned. Yeah. You would think that the dynamic would have changed with Pulisic coming on, but yeah, they're still unbelievably disjointed in the attacking third. We're in the 60th minute, and the United States cannot figure it out. It's New Zealand. Like, no disrespect to the Kiwis, but come on, man, it's New Zealand. There you go, heavy touch, U.S. ball. Yeah. This has been nice, man. Fossey's been nice. Let's see if they can figure it out, man. Play one through the middle of the park. Oh, bad turnover. Yeah, that wasn't even a bad shot right there. Like, the U.S. is getting so lucky. That wasn't the first turnover. Oh, here we go. 1v1. Let's go. Let's see if he's going to put one in. Yeah. Plays it back. Yep. Ooh. That's another bad pass right there. Try to play it in. Yep. Went 1v1. Didn't work out. Here's Ballo. Ooh, save. Save. That's a nice turnover right there. Christian tried to go 1v1. Ball turned over, played back to Ballo. Good save right there. You also had Pepe making a run to the other side, to the other post, right? So you could have pulled up and tried to make a pass into Pepe, but all right. Christian on the corner. Nope. They're so terrible on corners, man. Let's see what we can do now. You got numbers. You got numbers going forward. Ooh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Nope. 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 Go back out for another U.S. corner. There you go. Let's see what we can do. Nope. Blocked. Just bad. Yep, and now you're playing it back to Turner. Good opportunity. You had numbers forward. Couldn't figure it out. Nice to see Josh. It'd be nice to see my boy. There you go. There you go. Play the ball. Put a little pressure there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, make him play those balls. See? Turnover. That's what you want. There's Pepe. Yeah, no. Nope. There was three guys there, Christian. Good Lord, man. They just can't figure it out. There's a turnover right there. Yeah, this is Jesus. You get a nice turnover deep, and you can't figure it out. Here we go. Ooh! Oh, nice save. Oh, you got to finish that, bud. Brendan, you got to finish it, bud. Nice. Yeah, that was a nice ball forward right there by Ballo. But you have the essentially the best look all night. You got to finish that, man. Ugh. Man. Oh, such a wasted opportunity right there. Yeah, you should be kicking yourself, bud. You get, I mean, essentially you get an open look at the net. 1v1. You got to go near side on that one, bud. Yeah. All right, so 64th minute. Let's see what Mikey's going to do here. You're probably going to have to make some changes. You want to get this thing wrapped up. New Zealand's got a guy down, yeah. So here we go. New Zealand's going to make some changes. Looks like we're going to have a double for New Zealand. Olo is going to check in. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you got to do something, right? I mean, this is now, what, 65 minutes of uninspiring attacking. Haven't been able to figure it out. You've had nice looks, man, nice opportunities. And you can't seem to find that, that missing link. Something that will unlock it. It looks like Brendan's coming off. That was a nifty save, man. Who do you got coming in? It looks like we have what? Oh, yeah, Malik Tillman, Caleb Wiley. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, Caleb Wiley. So Lund comes off. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. This is what I kind of wanted to see anyway. I actually wanted to see Wiley start tonight. Yeah. Gives you a different wrinkle offensively. I don't know. I think Wiley's a better passer. All right. Here's New Zealand. Played it forward. Ooh. Plays it fine. Okay, there's Matt Turner. That was nice. That was nice. Now let's see what the US can do here. There's Caleb. All right, Christian. Played it back to Wiley. That was just a little too. That was a little too hardcore right there, bud. It's all right though. It's all right. It's kind of what you want to see though. You want to see your fullbacks get forward service into the box. That's what you want to see. Gives this attack a new little wrinkle, a new little dimension that we didn't have with Christopher Lund. I'm not going to say that Lund was terrible. That would be disingenuous. I think he had some nice moments, but you're struggling to get that first goal. It doesn't help when he's not doing the little things to get himself forward. All right, US with the ball. All right, there's Christian. There you go. All right. All right. Pepe. Oh, nice. There's Christian. Shoots. Boom! There it is. Finally, we broke through. Christian Pulisic. Finally. That was nice. It only took 68 minutes. Yeah, that was a nice switch right there to Fossey on the right side. Nice little one touch. This was right here, the pass right there, Pepe. That unlocked it right there. And you were right, sir. TSO Canuck, who earlier said Pulisic will make it happen. Yep. Not that I wasn't doubting you. I had a feeling it was going to happen too, but that's one of the things that just wasn't happening, right? The ability to, just to switch it to the other side, lateral movements, quick passes, getting the defense to have to move with you. And it definitely opens things up. Now let's get the second one. That is a nice play right there. That's a nice play by Fossey. There you go. It was just a little too hard. A little too hardcore right there. And the US gets the ball right back. Claps. All right, here we go. Christian's racing down the left. Cuts in. Okay, there's Ballo. Shoots. It's a nice save right there. Nice save. Nice save right there. But I like it though. I like it. That's what you need for Ballo to regain form. You just need him being in open spaces, being with the ability to put shots on net. Here we go. US throw-in. Aiden Morris. Luka. He's terrible. There's Christian Pulisic, plays it forward now. Not a good touch right there by Ballo. Look at Marlon Fossey. Dude, that dude's work rate is insane. I've been very impressed with Marlon Fossey. That's another bad pass right there. Your only saving grace is the fact that New Zealand just doesn't have quality. We'll keep that Fossey guy. Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like, that was the one thing we've been talking about, right? Because a lot of people, a lot of fans just think Joe Scally is going to be that automatic backup, and it's like, well, yeah, like if you need a pure defender at the right back position, but with the way Pochettino plays, you also need you essentially need your fullbacks to be wing backs, and be a part of your attack. And Joe Scally just doesn't give that to you off the right side. But look at Fossey, man. This was nice to see, because if you see it again in the next window, if Fossey's a part of the next window and you see it again and you see the comfortability, because he's been comfortable on the ball, man. But it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that Fossey can be the backup to Serginho Dest. Well, the problem, TSO Canuck, I'll just say this. What we haven't seen in this window is Anthony Robinson. He was held back for extra rest. Anthony Robinson is a top 5 left back in the English Premier League. Like, that dude's legit. Anthony Robinson, Jedi, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, he's legit, man. And Serginho Dest is out because he's got the ACL injury. He's supposed to be back in January, at full strength with Robinson and Dest. The fullback, there's not going to be a fullback issue. It's the backups, right? So, really the issue is going to be who's going to back up Robinson, who's going to back up Dest. And, what you want to see is Caleb Wiley, and Fossey. I want to see more of Fossey. It's also, really the issue is the spine of the U.S. defense, center backs and goalies, because that's the issue. And when it comes to 2026, you have to be rock solid. And center back is anything but rock solid. Is that Christian? Yep. Ooh. Good shot right there, though. Once it goes a little high, but now all of a sudden you're seeing the U.S. Put shots on goal. Just a little too high. Yeah. Good idea. Yeah, it's just a little too high. You know, like who is going to be that center back pairing? And I still think that John Brooks is going to be involved. Just signed a 2-year deal with Hertha Berlin, so he's back playing Bundesliga football. Played in the 2014 World Cup for the U.S. And was sidelined under Greg Berhalter. But that being said, man, you'd like to keep some veteran presence at center back, but you also need center backs that can play. And Tim Ream is, I don't know, man. That's gonna be a tough call. You know, but Mackenzie Richards, Austin Trusty, who I still want to see, and maybe John Brooks. And I still think Gaga Slonina is going to be the starting keeper in 2026. The fact that they're trying to shoehorn Patrick Schulte into this thing is kind of laughable. Yeah. I mean, the defender's in front of goalie. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, dude, they shoehorn Patrick Schulte into the Olympics, and they bring Schulte into this camp. Gaga Slonina. What the hell, man? Gaga Slonina is the better of the two goalies, and they're trying hard to showcase Patrick Schulte. He's an MLS guy, and that's the thing. It's like, the MLS has influence on the national team, which is something I hope stops with Pochettino. Yeah, the MLS influence, the wanting to shoehorn MLS guys into the roster. Not that I have a problem with, I don't have a problem with MLS. That's not the issue. It's like, but you want to, when you're picking your rosters, you want your, 23 best players. Doesn't matter if it's MLS, doesn't matter if it's Europe. But, when it comes to the goalkeeper position, man, you want your best goalkeeper. And Gaga Slonina is better than Patrick Schulte. Here we go. Cycling it over. Here we go. There's Ballo. There's Aiden Morris. Trying to work it in. There you go. Yeah, of course. Out to Christian. Oh, that was Pepe. Now it's with Christian. Yeah. You need players that are actually playing now and not on the bench. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right? That's the problem with Matt Turner. He's not playing, right? That's why I didn't want Matt Turner in this camp, because he's not playing at all. Patrick Schulte is playing with Columbus Crew, right? And he's the best young American goalkeeper in Major League Soccer right now. That's not at the heart of the discussion, right? Gaga Slonina is playing and starting for Barnsley in League One. And he's ripping it up. He's ripping it up. What's going on with Luna? He is playing for Real Salt Lake, and that's another guy, man. That's another guy that has creativity. Diego Luna, my man, has got flair. He's got substance. He's got style. He's got something that not a lot of prospects that came down the pipe with the U.S. men's national team had that type of charisma, man. That dude is great on the ball. He should have been a part of the Olympics, but because of Berhalter's influence, he was left out. And it's a shame too, because he could end up with Mexico, which would be a travesty. That dude is a phenomenal player. I'm a big believer in Diego Luna. Yeah, he does need to be up here. Welcome to the program, Sean. Soccer Satan, bruh. How is this legal? I have my ways. But yeah, I mean, as far as center mids go, man, Diego Luna, is Diego Luna is fantastic, and I see that's the thing, right? Mauricio Pochettino likes working with young players. Here we go. Yeah, he just likes working with young players, having young players, being able to work with them. They're more adaptable for the style of what the style and direction of what he likes to do. And Diego Luna, man, the one thing with Diego Luna though is he's got to make his move overseas. And hopefully that happens in January. That's what I'm hoping. Here we go. Ball forward. Yeah, it's just a little too high, a little too forward right there. But there you go, man. Balo's on a run. Yes, he is. Yep. Yeah. Ricardo Pepi. Yeah. Yeah. Ricardo Pepi is. Yeah, he's playing on the right tonight. And the way it was initially set up, it looked like Aronson was on the right there. They're playing with a two striker, but the way it's worked was Brendan Aronson was playing underneath. Yep. Schaffelberg belongs in Europe. Yeah, man. Tell you what, man. Canada's got some ballers. I like Schaffelberg though. Yeah, that dude's a good player. Yeah, what's funny, it's like we're not necessarily playing in a 4-2-3-1. We're kind of playing in that 4-3-3 style. But sometimes depending on it's, when Christian basically when Christian came up, they're playing in a 4-3-3. Can you imagine him and Pulisic on the same field at the same time? You talking about Diego Luna? That's gonna be nice, man. Why is Schaffelberg not playing tonight? I would probably assume that Schaffelberg is going to be playing this weekend. That's my assumption, and so they're just keeping him out. That was the reason why Christian didn't start tonight, because he's got a game in 3 days with AC Milan. But because the United States needed a goal, they brought him in, and he scored. Yeah. The fact it's criminal, right? You bring Josh along and then you don't play him. There had to have been something, man. There had to have been something with Berhalter and Sargent to be disrespected that bad. There had to have been, right? And it's weird. Of the three strikers we brought, Sargent's the best of the three, and currently is playing the best of the three. And he gets 0 minutes. Ooh, there was a tasty ball forward right there. Tasty ball forward for New Zealand. That was nice. That was a nice little. That was just a little too hard right there. Just missed it. Ooh. You can't get caught napping this late into the match. Can't do it. Because New Zealand is still playing hard. For New Zealand at least. Yeah, man. They're gonna try to get this thing even. So Richard's got to stand tall, man. Richards has got to stand tall. I will say that he's played a lot better. He's played a lot better. So it looks like Cade Cowell's coming in. Yeah, Kiwi hustle, but Kiwi service. Yeah. 100%, Dan. 100%, Makui. 100%. Yeah, that was, but that's been, that's the story. That's been the story the entire night, though, right? They just don't have the quality. Which is why Chris Richards looks pretty phenomenal tonight. Has there been any explanation on why Sargent has been missing this week? That's a good question. He's not injured. He's not dealing with any injury. And he came into camp 100% in form. It's criminal, dude. It's 100% criminal why Josh Sargent's not getting any play PT. When you think of the striker pool that they brought into this camp, right? Ballo got benched at Monaco. Here we go. Christian's moving forward. Ooh, that was nice. Very good. Ooh, very good ball forward right there. Yeah, dude. Good defense by the Kiwis right there. But yeah, he got benched at Monaco, and last week he came off the bench. I think it was for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and did nothing. And but Ballo's form over the last year has not been good whatsoever. And Ricardo Pepi for PSV is playing behind De Jong, who's the captain in PSV, and he's getting very little minutes for PSV. He did score last week though, so credit to Pepi, he did score. But that's the thing. It's hard to keep form when you're not starting. And then Josh Sargent's in the championship, starting every game for Norwich. Started off the season scoring in the first 3 games. He was 3 for 3. Here we go. Set piece. That just gets a little over right there. Yeah, it's absolutely criminal. Yeah. Yeah, watching the U.S. take set pieces is so aggravating. They're just not good at taking set pieces, man. Look at Fossey. Playing well, man. Look at that. Look at the hustle. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I noticed that too. He wasn't even on the bench, but it's not an injury because he played last weekend, coming into the international break. He played the entire 90. Matter of fact, they were playing Coventry, Haji's team. Played well too. Yeah. I think there's, I just think that, yeah. Well, if that was the case, if there was an injury in camp, we would have heard about it. That shit would have been on Twitter ASAP. I really do believe that because Kate Cowell, I do believe that because I think it's because they want to get Ballo, back on form by giving him a lot of minutes. Same thing with Pepi. I think in the rankings in the striker player pool, I think they value Balogun. And so they're willing to give Balogun the there you go. Give Balogun the opportunity to get the minutes just to see if they can get him back into form. That's what I think. But that's that's what I was talking about pre-show, where it's like, dude, you can't keep calling dudes into camp that are not in form. I would rather see MLS guys, because you're going to get max effort. Ooh, equalizer. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, dude. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. You kind of had a feeling. That ball gets played in. Good touch. That was ugly. Oh yeah. Oh dude, it was McKenzie. Oh boy, what was that? The team needs to be around each other to build more chemistry. Yeah, but they've been, this group has been together, since the World Cup, man, since before the World Cup. Like how many yeah, I understand, man. Like how many more windows do you need to build chemistry? That was a bad play by McKenzie. He was trying to flip it back and it goes over. And of course, Matt Turner wasn't paying attention either. He was too far out of his box to make a play on it. Here's Cowell, though. Yep. Sorry for the typo. You don't need to apologize, man. You need some luck sometimes. Yeah, you're going to get it too. There we go. Arthur Anastasio with the Kiwi. Look at him, man. That goal was very lucky. Yeah, I would agree. It really was. But that was also a bad decision from McKenzie. And of course, Matt Turner was playing too far out. That's the thing. It's like well, first of all, you got to be paying attention, right? And your center back pairing right there, it was, you're essentially 2-on-1 right there. So your goalie's playing, the goalie's playing, Matt Turner's playing out far. But we have 8 minutes of stoppage, though. Let's see what. Ooh, boy. Be careful. Be careful here. That was just ugly. Like, this game was won. Yeah. I know, right? 8 minutes. Yeah. But now all of a sudden, New Zealand is New Zealand's now all of a sudden got some momentum. Let's see what the U.S. can do. Plays it forward. Boy, oh boy. There's Ballo. Good Lord. There you go. There you go. Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh. This team always sucks without Gio. Yeah, well. Yeah, well. It all depends on where Gio is playing, right? But I would have liked to see Gio. He got that little pre-camp injury. It got sent home. Cade Cowell's in camp. But what do we have here? What do we got here? Yeah, was that Luka? It's not surprising. Luka wasn't in form. He never should have been on this roster. That was that was actually kind of surprising. But this was a wonky roster to begin with, man. I don't know how anybody could look at this roster and be like, what was Mikey Vars thinking? Yeah, it would have been interesting if Gio was in camp for sure. I thought Luka was going to end up in Major League Soccer. That was the rumor anyway, that he would end up with San Diego. Still could happen, and it makes a lot of sense too. Oh, is that Johnny? Yeah, okay, my bad. It was Johnny. All right. Walk it off. Thought that was Luka. My apologies. There we go. Let's see if New Zealand gets a late winner. Oh boy. Okay, good D. Good D. And it'll be out for a U.S. throw-in. All right, man. You got 4 minutes. Yep, it sure was Johnny. Yeah. that's you bring him in, I guess, for defensive purposes. I thought it was Luka at first. All right. Let's see what New Zealand does. Plays it in. Good D. It's funny though. New Zealand's on the front foot here. Do they have enough? They're trying to get it in. They're trying to play one in. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a foul. US ball right there. That was kind of tasty, though. That was kind of tasty. US has got 4 minutes. See if they can find a winner. Is it me, or is Cade Cowell very underwhelming? I mean, he's got cool hair, but that's about it. So it's like what? Style, not substance. Like, I don't want to take a ginormous shit on anyone, but the 2 times he's appeared this window, he's given the U.S. absolutely nothing. All right, here we go. Let's get down the field as quick as possible. Yep, 100%, 100%. Like, there really wasn't any. There wasn't any bite to this roster. There you go. He almost played himself into a turnover. You got to get this ball forward, man. Oh, boy. Yep, that'll play it out. Goal kick. Good Lord, man. Good Lord. 2 minutes. This has been a this ended up being a really shitty result for the U.S. They had no business conceding the equalizer. It was just a dumb mistake. Here we go. No. Like, you got to hustle to the, there you go. Like, you got to hustle to the ball. Like in this situation with like 1 minute left, you got to hustle. There you go. Good way to keep possession. There you go. Yep. Play it over to Christian. There you go. Ooh, nice shot. Nice shot. A little high. Good idea, though, man. Play it into the far corner. Just a little high right there. That's what you kind of want to see, though, in this situation. Although Christian was trying to take the shot right there. He really was. Yeah, we're coming up to the last couple seconds here. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Oh, and actually, no, not yet. They're going to give the U.S. the last crack. Here's Luka. Plays it in. Nope. That's probably going to do it. Still no whistle yet. Plays it in. Fossey. Luka. Ooh, back post. Ah. Well, they're giving US ample time. I think that's going to do it. This ref is letting them play, I guess. Already in the 99th. Yep. Ooh, there you go. Cade Cowell. Oh, Cowell just missed it. You got to play it in. Cowell. Yeah. Ooh, turnover. No, and then turned over again. Yeah, that's going to do it right there. Yeah, ref wants the CONCACAF team for sure. Yeah, well, yeah. U.S. is playing on home. U.S. is playing on home soil. Well, that's going to do it. Instead of a U.S. win, what it was looking like, we got a draw, and that was 100% disappointing. A disappointing way to end it for sure. But I think the good news is that we saw everything that we were moaning, bitching, and complaining about the Canada match. We got the complete opposite. Yep, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, man. That's what I'm here for. I thought from the opening whistle, this team was aggressive, which is what you wanted to see. Interesting lineup, but yeah, I mean that's what I was happy with that, right? You saw a press, man. You saw that high press. That was hey, thanks. Keep doing these. Yeah, appreciate it, man. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, I mean, you saw it. You saw exactly what you're looking at. I like the fact that I like the fact that US was collapsing in the midfield, collapsing to the ball, man. They created a lot of turnovers and a lot of opportunities. That was the good thing. That was the good part. But the bad part was that they just could not find an answer into their attacking third. I mean, they tried multiple different, multiple tactics to try to figure out a way to get, Ballo free. They tried to get Pepe free. They almost did it. But unfortunately, that goal was disallowed because of the offside. And had that actually stood, this game has a completely different dynamic. But obviously, it didn't. And then the U.S. basically spent the first 70 minutes. That basically, basically took 70 minutes to try to find the answer, and they did. They ended up bringing Christian Pulisic on, and U.S. goes up 1. The other bad was the mistake, man. McKenzie, both Richards and McKenzie had that man locked down, and he tried flipping it. The ball goes backwards. Matt Turner was too far out of his box. Equalize, and then that's the game. Let's see what we got here. Now let's look at the upcoming performances of both United States and New Zealand in the coming months. Yeah, well, it's going to be the good news is, Mauricio Pochettino is official. And so from here on out, you're going to get a different look from the United States. And what you're going to get is a team that is going to, Pochettino runs a high press, man. And he likes to get numbers forward. And that's also, not just wingers, but also wing backs. He likes to have his 10 up the field, man. Being a high distributor, but also being goal dangerous, right? It's just the way that he plays. But it's also, tactically, you're also running a little bit of a mid block. But those center backs, man, that's also a part of the equation, man. Keeping that high line, but also being able to, to be able to turn and play back. So you're going to get a different look. Overall, though, tonight, it's hard. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I want to give the U.S. men's national team their flowers because they did everything that they said they were going to do. Okay, that's great, but the mistakes were still there. They had they had so many opportunities going forward that they just could not figure it out. They also had problems passing at certain times. Too heavy of a touch, allowing New Zealand to allowing New Zealand to be able to counter. That unfortunately was the bad as well too, and of course the mistake that led to the goal. But I thought overall, considering, like, if we're going to sit here and say that Canada was a complete fail, this was, if we're attaching grades to it today, was a C. It's like a good jumping off point. If you're Mauricio Pochettino and you're watching this game, it's like, okay, cool. They rebounded. So they showed their ability to rebound. Okay. But you also have to keep it in context because it was obviously New Zealand. When I'm, individual performances today, I thought two that really, really stood out. Number one was Aiden Morris. I thought Aiden was very good today. He showed a lot of heart and showed a lot of intensity, showed a lot of hustle as well too. I thought tactically he was phenomenal. Being able to take away the passing lanes. I liked his ability to get back in front of his man. I thought everything that he showed in the first game against Canada, I think he kind of doubled down on that today against New Zealand. He kind of was a force, man. I was very impressed with Aiden Morris. Those are the type of performances that, looking forward, you say that, okay, cool. Tyler Adams is out. But also now you have somebody else you can throw into the mix. And I know that Tanner Tessman is also going to be in the mix as well too, which is good. The one thing that you want at the six is more competition. You don't want Tyler Adams to feel comfortable. So there's that. I like that. I also like Marlon Fossey. I thought he was brilliant tonight. I thought his performance getting up the field, but also tracking back defensively as well too. There was a number of times where after he made his runs going forward, he was able to track back and able to take away that right side there for New Zealand on the counter. So I thought that was to me a very good performance, to the point where now it's like, I don't think now it's clear cut that the backup is going to be Joe Scally. I think with this performance, again, it's just like Aiden Morris. Now all of a sudden, when you're looking towards the October camp, it's likely that Fossey will get brought in. You would like to think. The back line altogether. Christopher Lund, had the same performance as he did in Canada. The only difference is he was a little bit more involved on the offense, except, he can't get all the way down the field. He kind of was comfortable being that, being that distributor, being that mid distributor. Doesn't necessarily provide you service in the box, man. That's really what it comes down to. And of course, if you're going to play that position in a Mauricio Pochettino, you have to be able to get forward, and you have to be able to put service in the box. And again, that's what Anthony Robinson does. That's his bread and butter, mixing speed, but also precision service into the box. That's the prototype of the guy that you want as a backup. And I didn't necessarily think Lund did that well, or did that at all in tonight's game. I thought Chris Richards was better, but again, you have to keep it in context because it was New Zealand. And I was going to give Mackenzie his flowers until he made the mistake that led to the equalizer. I thought Matt Turner had a couple of nice saves, but overall, I thought he was sketchy with the ball at his feet. And again, the two times in this game where New Zealand kind of had that little, was putting pressure on him. He made a couple bad passes, almost turned the ball over. Actually, as a matter of fact, he did turn the ball over. It just so happened that it resulted in, a good man marking there from Chris Richards that was able to turn the ball back over with the U.S. going in the other direction. I thought Yunus Musa had a phenomenal game. I thought he was really the that spark in the first half. The two chances that the U.S. really had started with Yunus Musa. Yunus Musa with the ball at his feet, running forward, turning upfield, running forward. That ball that he played through to Pepe, and that resulted in the disallowed goal from Pepe. Started with Yunus Musa, and of course Musa's shot on goal there in the first half. That was a really good shot on goal, and credit, it was a pretty good save by the New Zealand keeper. I thought he played well, man. Brendan Aronson was kind of gives you the effort, and I thought today that he was trying to be a lot more proactive, but couldn't provide that service. And again, that's not the role that he plays for Leeds. He almost plays in a false nine for Leeds, being a little bit more higher up the pitch and being a lot more goal dangerous. But that's not the role that he played tonight. It's kind of interesting. It's like if you're going to bring a guy who's in form, play him at the position, but also play him at the position, but play him in the role that he's a little bit more suited. And that's with Aronson. It's also being a distributor high up the pitch, but also being used as that kind of false nine role. I thought Haji Wright had some few moments, but it wasn't really all that great. If I was to attach a grade to Haji Wright, I would probably, or a player rating, I'd probably say he was around like a 3.54. He had a few decent looks, but overall he was not. He was not the usual, goal dangerous Haji Wright from Coventry. I thought Balogun, wasn't great. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not surprised because Balogun is not in form. And, coming into this one, if you had high expectations, I'm sorry to burst that bubble because this is exactly what I expected. Having trouble, he's having trouble keeping form with Monaco. And this isn't just a recent thing. This dates back to last year as well, too. I think last year, he only had 8 goals across all competitions, and he was available the entire season. It's just, for whatever reason, it's not working at Monaco. And I'm not the one that usually likes to, get crazy when it comes to transfers of U.S. men's national team players. But I think I'm at that point where I think, Ballo has to reassess his club and potentially get a move in January, put himself in a position where he's going to be played right, but also that he can regain form and be that goal dangerous striker that the U.S. men's national team needs. And I hate to say this, if that means Major League Soccer, then do it. You can still be a productive member of the U.S. men's national team playing in Major League Soccer. That is something that, it's funny because Landon Donovan said this in the context of Christian Pulisic, and what he was trying to say was that Major League Soccer should be an option, a viable option, and it 100% is. Ricardo Pepi, again, he was very, outside of the goal that was disallowed, he was, he's not a winner, and that kind of showed. I'm gonna like, if I'm giving a player rating, it's going to be like a 3.5. He's not that type of guy that's going to be able to give you service from that side. He's playing more inverted, like a false nine, but it really was just kind of a meh performance. I thought Christian changed the dynamic in the second half when he came on, scores the goal, and really kind of gave that offense, gave that attack a different dynamic. And because of that, I would probably say that Christian's kind of in that 7 range. He didn't do anything. It wasn't as bad as the Canadian performance, where he was trying to be a hero and play through double teams. That's not what he did tonight. When you saw that press coming from New Zealand, he usually played that ball off, and then they tried to recycle it around and try to give him a little bit better looks. So I kind of like that. But I thought Christian was fine. Cade Cowell was a non-entity. I didn't think he was all that great. Same thing with Luca de la Torre. And again, Luca has not played this year. He has not been anywhere near a pitch until he came to this camp. And you kind of saw that rust. I know Johnny Cardoso came in late. Kind of came in for defensive purposes. Wasn't really all that exciting. It was what it was. Overall, this is a much better performance from the United States men's national team. But of course, they left you with a disappointing taste in your mouth. But there's a lot that you can take from it. And this is a good jumping off point for Mauricio Pochettino. This, like, if you're Poch, you liked what you saw today because you saw the heart and you saw the hustle. That's number one. But you also saw what this team is capable with the right organization and the right tactical approach. That's what you saw. And it's going to be able to find that guy who's going to be able to unlock that attack. Now, a lot of people think that's going to be Gio Reyna, and it just very well might. It very well might. Very well might. The one thing that Gio has to do is play for Dortmund. Word came out from Dortmund that he was going to fill that Marco Reus role. And if that's the case, then he's going to be playing every game. You would think he's going to be coming off the bench, being first off the bench, first sub. But so far that hasn't happened yet. So who knows how that's going to play out? And of course, we have the next window. We have Mexico down there in Guadalajara. So it's going to be a very, very, very big rivalry. U.S.-Mexico is always a good match, man. Always a very good match. And that's why I'm seeing this performance tonight gives me a little hope that USA Canada is going to go well. And of course, now we're not dealing with any more remnants of Berhalter. Okay, that's done with. No more. Okay, that's what plagued this camp was you still have the sprinklings, you still have the aura of the Berhalter regime. Mikey Varas obviously was an assistant, coached the U21s, and everything was the same. The tactics were the same, the approach was the same, and I really do think that some of these players checked out because of it, and we saw that against Canada. But they had no choice but to rebound and play well tonight. But now that's over. It's over. Okay. We have a new regime in. So the next time these players come in, it's going to be different. It's going to have a different feel. It's going to have a different operation. Things are going to be running vastly different. Okay. And before I close this one out, I will say that when the United States played in the World Cup in 2022, and if you think back to the second game against England, and at that time, they were missing. They were really missing a striker. But if you remember back to that game, that was peak U.S. men's national team. That was at its highest level, and that was their welcome to the world stage moment. And by now, this team should be taking that next step. It should be ascending to that next level, putting themselves in a position to take full advantage of 2026. Okay. Like when I think about some of the great national teams, some of the great young national teams, I always go back to Belgium with Kevin De Bruyne, with Toby Alderweireld, with Romelu Lukaku. Those guys in 2014, that was their first World Cup. They were young. Most of that team was under the age of 22. They had a few veterans, but the core of that team, as a matter of fact, they were actually labeled the golden generation for Belgium. And they had their first taste in 2014. And when it came to 2018, they made the semifinal. 4 years later, they made the semifinal. Now, I'm not necessarily comparing our roster talent-wise to Belgium, because those guys are world class. But the nexus for this is that in 2022 we had that taste in the 2022 World Cup, and then by the next one we should be at that point where we're setting ourselves up to take full advantage, because the 2026 World Cup, man, there's a lot of responsibility on our shoulders. We're hosting it. But if you remember back to the 94 World Cup, that performance, the 94 World Cup, changed soccer in the landscape in the U.S. forever. And this has the ability to do that times 100. And it's all predicated on this team's ability to rally this country, to unite this country, and to give this country something that we hadn't seen in a long time. And instead, what we ended up getting was something that was broken. And I do believe a lot of it had to do with the Gio Reyna soap opera. When your head coach is telling tales out of school about one of his players, I think a lot of trust was broken. And I think a lot of people, a lot of players on this team looked at Greg in a different fashion. And at that point, there was not a lot of trust. And I think when it came to the style of Greg Berhalter, I think it was uninspiring. I don't think it put them in a position where that features their strengths. And then when it came to this camp, man, it was Greg Berhalter too, man, electric boogaloo. That's something that they did not want to be a part of. But, now it's the opportunity to turn the page. And that's what I'm excited for. And I think Mauricio Pochettino is going to set a standard, and he's got to, and it's got to happen right away. And if that means that certain players do not come into camp because they're either not playing or they're out of form, and so if that means for the next camp, Balogun stays back in France, and that message has to be sent. Matt Turner has to stay back in England because he's not playing. So guys like Josh Sargent are going to play. He's playing well. That dude is on fire. You bring in Gaga Slonina. He's on fire right now. I mean, they brought in Diego Coach into this one, right, to give him a taste of the camp. So now it's time to bring in Gaga, let him have an opportunity to play, get himself ingratiated into the fold, have a look. I'd throw him right in the fire, man, against Mexico. Why not? Makes a lot of sense. All right. So that's going to do it for me tonight. I appreciate all you guys that came through. I want to thank all the people all the boys that were there in the comment section. It's been fun, man. We're going to continue to do this. I love doing the live streams, but you know what I'm also going to do, man? I'm going to do classic U.S. men national team live streams, man. I'm going to get some footage of some classic games from the U.S. men's national team, whether it be in World Cup qualifying against Mexico, whether it be Gold Cups against Mexico, or even World Cup games. We're going to do that as well too. I think that's going to be great, man. I think that would be fun. And it's something that unique. So stay tuned to that. I'm also going to be doing videos. Man, we're just going to be putting out content, man. So stay tuned for that. Also, you can find me on Twitter. We're also going to do an Instagram eventually, but right now it's Twitter. There's the handle right there, right next to my name. Do that. Make sure you like and subscribe. And also share this on your social media, man. Building this channel is going to take some time, but I'm in it for the long haul, and so should you, man. So I want to thank everybody again. You guys have a great night.